Hey guys, and happy Wednesday. So I didn't do a video Monday because it was a holiday and I didn't feel like crying. And I know this video made me cry. So I was like, can I just do it Wednesday or tomorrow or just someday? Because I have plans. I don't want to be out in the streets with puppy eyeballs. So he said that I could. So in my journey of like preparing for marriage or just really being intentional about praying for my husband and being on this path of just like really having it in my mind to be unafraid and unashamed to say that, I really want to be married and I really want to have a husband and I want it to happen, in God's timing, but soon, you know, all those good things. It's really, really, really I need tissue. Whew. Okay. So this whole process has made me realize that, whew, Lord, I ain't feel like doing this. I'm being completely honest with you guys. I did not feel like doing this video. But it made me realize that I'm going to not have my bestie here for like the rest of my important moments for the rest of my life. Things have already happened and things that will happen. I mean, she was my maid of honor. She was the person that I trusted to keep everyone in order and keep everyone in line and to be by my side and to be the person, be my person. So this whole digging up of stuff and things has just made me really, really miss her over the past few weeks. And at first I was like, dang, why am I missing her so bad right now? Like normally, of course, around her birthday and around April, actually like mid-month, like every month around the 15th, because she died on April 15th, every month around like the 11th, 12th, I start getting like really crabby, really just like in a way, in a mood. And I'm like, I'm not PMSing. Like, what is it? And I'm like, oh, the 15th is coming up. And I just realized, like, every month around that time, like, I get a little funky acting. And so, but recently I was like, why is this happening right now? Like, it's really, really, because sometimes I can talk about her and it's no problem. And sometimes I can't. And it's just like, whatever. Like, this is her dress. And whenever I wear it, I get like 1,001 compliments. And some days I'm like, thanks. And then other days I'm like, oh, it's my besties. And when I say was, people get the look like, ooh. Because one lady was like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that from? And I was like, oh, I don't know, my besties, let me see. And she looked like the word was implies that she is no longer here. And so I checked in the back and I was like, oh, it's H&M. And I was fine. And Lady's like, oh, okay, thank you. And it was like, I was cool, but thinking about my wedding and the fact that she won't be there is just like really been stabbing me in the heart. Because since I was 15 years old, like she's been there through everything. So just the thought of that just really has been weighing heavy on me. And grief is just a really hard, weird thing because you have no control over when it sneaks up and when it comes up. Because a lot of times for me, when it comes to her, is usually something random, like a random song, like I've posted before, like Boys to Men song, like, the stop pointing fingers. Like her and I we swore he said stomp on your fingers. We were like, why is he saying that? But we still, once we knew what he was actually saying, like we still continue to sing that point. And so when that part comes on, I'm laughing and I'm like, only she would understand this, And like our friend Bree was like, who's gonna boo your wedding dresses that she doesn't like? Like when they were trying on her dresses, she was booing all the ones of Bree's that she didn't like. I was like, I don't know, Bree. Like, I don't know who's gonna boo my dresses because who's gonna only she would do that. Be like, no, boo, take that off. Like I just I don't know. It's like little things like that. But then I realized that God is so sovereign because he literally, he always has things set into place. So if you guys saw my Instagram story the other day, and I posted about the what's it called? I was watching Grease, and when Kaniki asked Danny to be his second, and I was like, oh, I remember when Nita told me who her second was going to be for my wedding, and it wasn't like her assistant. It was like, oh yeah, she's going to be my second. She's going to make sure, you know, she's going to be the one. Blah, 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 blah. She's going to want to help me keep everybody in order. She's going to be my second. And I remember her saying those words specifically. And in the moment, I'm just thinking that's going to be the person who's going to assist her. But in the movie, in Grease, Kaniki's second was the person who was going to drive in case he wasn't able to drive. And then what happened? He gets hit in the head with the door, and now Danny has to drive the car because he's not able to fulfill the function of driving the car in the race. And so I was like, dang, Nita, she picked out my engagement ring. Like one day we were in the mall and we were like, let's go to Tiffany's, pick out rings. And we only picked out mine. We didn't pick out hers. She had a full-fledged boyfriend. I wasn't in a relationship. And we went in the room. We went into Tiffany's and picked out the ring because I thought I wanted one Tiffany's ring, but it didn't look good on my hand. And we had to find another one that looked better on my hand. We were like, oh my God, that was cute. But like, why would we pick mine out when I was not in a relationship? She was, but we never even looked at hers. Like, just little things where I was like, dang God, you've been setting it up for years. Like, she won't be here, but she will. Like, her presence will still be here. Like, that's why it's really important for my fiance to get the ring on my Pinterest board, because that's the ring that she picked out, or that we picked out together. And the fact that, like, she picked my maid of honor for me because she wasn't going to be here. And she was like, no, so-and-so is going to be the person to be my second, but her second is really the person that is going to be my maid of honor because she's not here to do that. So I don't know. I'm just talking because I just need to get this out and to encourage anyone who is dealing with grief of losing any loved one, because my grandpa died dang near, it'll be 20 years in a couple of years, and I still cry because I miss him. So anyone who's dealing with grief or loss or just not having someone who was special to you in your life anymore, to just I don't know, process that grief however you need to. Don't let anyone tell you how to process your grief. I remember when I was in Grief Share, I didn't finish, I need to finish it. Someone was telling a story about how people were rushing her to get rid of her husband's clothes and to put them away. Sorry guys. And to put them away, and they were like, no, if you don't want to put your husband's clothes away yet, then don't. Like, there's no timetable. There's no time limit. Now, if I was sitting here locked in my room 3 years later and, like, still on my bed, like, crying every day, then yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, you shouldn't be in that grief. But if you need to go to their what's it called? Yeah, grave plot once a week. 3 times a week, whatever it is that makes you feel better. If you need to talk to them out loud, my thing is, they in heaven with Jesus, they ain't thinking about us, but it makes me feel better to talk to her sometimes, even though I know she ain't thinking about me right now. She with Jesus. Her and Prince, they went the same time. They up there chilling. They're healed. Her body is healed in heaven. Like, I know that she is good. I'm the one that's a mess. We're the ones that are a mess. Yeah, she's chilling. We're the ones that are here, like, we miss her so much. Like, her childhood bestie from before I was even in the pictures out here winning Emmys and awards for the R. Kelly documentary. Like, those are things that we would love to share with her. She had a baby. When I have my next baby, she won't be here. She was here when Christian was born. She was, the day he was born, she walked in the room talking about, hey, he's born on my half birthday. And from that day to the day she died, the two of them celebrate their birthdays twice a year because their half birthdays landed on each other. So my kids won't know her. Like, if I have more kids, no, when I have more kids, they won't know her. And that makes me sad. And it's okay to feel that way. I'm probably going to be sad on my wedding day because I miss her. It doesn't take away from my husband or how much I love him, but I hope he understands that it has nothing to do with him, but she's not going to be there. And I'm going to be sad about it. And that's the reality. And I hate when people try to make you feel like you're not supposed to feel a certain way, or you're supposed to be good by this time, or there's a time limit on your grief, because there's not. And you never know what is going to spark that grief and what is going to make it just come out. Like I told you, it's just random stuff that happens. And I'm like, I just need to talk to her. And I have amazing girlfriends. Like, God. But from my girls back home to my girls in LA, like, I have amazing girlfriends that I love so much. But there are just some days where I just need her. And I just want to talk to her. And I can't. And it makes me sad. And that's going to happen for the rest of my life. It's not going to happen every day. It's not going to happen every week. But it's going to happen from time to time. There are times where I only want to talk to her and nobody else. And I can't. But I just want to encourage anyone else who is grieving for anything, for a parent, for a grandparent, for a best friend, for a husband, for a wife, to just grieve at your own pace. Talk to God about it a lot. If you are at a crossroads with your relationship with God, try to see the places where He set you up to not be lonely, or set you up to not miss them, and pick out the places where He aligned things. Like, He aligned me to be there to talk to her before she died. I was on my way to Jersey and landed in Jersey, and I didn't have to rush and scramble to get a plane ticket because I was already on my way to Jersey. So I just, instead of going to T and Crow's baby shower, I went to Connecticut instead. I was able to talk to her where she could still hear me. So little things like that where I see God's hand, just try to look for His hand in the places where you may be angry with Him, or dissatisfied with the turnout of what happened. I know we were praying for her healing here, but she's healed in heaven, and that's what keeps me going, knowing that she was healed in heaven and that she's with her mommy, who she missed a lot. So yeah, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm tired of crying. I've been putting this off. Like, God told me about this last week when I did my video, and my last video on Wednesday, He told me what Monday's video was going to be about, and I've been crying every day since, because I just didn't feel like doing it. I didn't feel like it. So yeah, I didn't feel like being out in the streets on Memorial Day with puffy eyeballs. So I thank you, Lord, for your grace and your mercy for allowing me to do this today. Yeah. So, okay, that's it. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all next week. Unless I have to do one tomorrow too. But I don't think so. I don't know. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.